Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Box Office Receipts for the weekend of January 24th, 2020. I'm your host Tyler Callahan. We got a more somber weekend compared to last, so let's just get to it. Starting off with the weekend top 5, in first place for the second weekend in a row is Bad Boys for Life with $34 million for a total of $120.6 million. In second place is 1917 with $15.9 million for a total of $103.9 million. In third place is Doolittle with $12.1 million for a total of $44.3 million. Opening in fourth place is The Gentleman with $10.6 million. And in fifth place is Jumanji: The Next Level with $7.7 million for a total of $283.2 million. So for my predictions, I was almost right, with one wrong choice being The Turning, which did worse than expected, coming in at sixth place with $6.9 million. What happened with this movie was, well, everything. First, they could open to terrible reviews, and when the first showings happened, people started talking about how it just ended, and that there was no proper ending. This led to terrible word of mouth, which led to a F cinema score, just like The Grudge. Now, considering since cinema score has started happening, we've only had 19 movies with an F rating. We've gotten 2 this January alone. So, whatever small hopes the movie had were killed this weekend, and it ended up with a terrible result. By the way, the studio that made that movie, you guessed it, it's Universal. Like, goddamn, Universal better hope that Fast 9 trailer makes everyone forget how shitty the studio has been for the past 2 months, minus 1917. Looking at the other movies in the top 5, Bad Boys held really good, only dropping 46%, and looks more and more likely to hit the 200 million domestic mark. 1917 is also holding strong as well and should continue to do so into February. Doolittle even held its own compared to last weekend. Again, the issue here is the massive budget, so while the drop was not bad, the numbers are still weak overall. Now let's head over to some international updates. Bad Boys for Life is at $95 million internationally for a worldwide total of $217.8 million. The Gentleman already opened in some markets a few weeks ago and is currently at $22.5 million for a worldwide total of $33.9 million. Doolittle is at $46.4 million internationally for a worldwide total of $91.4 million. Jumanji: The Next Level is now starting to slow down internationally, with it at $454 million internationally for a worldwide total of $737.6 million. Little Women is starting to make more in other countries and is now at $53 million internationally for a worldwide total of $147 million worldwide. So I wanted to get through these updates a little quicker than usual because we have a more important topic to talk about. You might have heard, but the coronavirus is spreading in China with more and more people being infected. This has resulted in cities being shut down and travel being reduced to stop the spread of it. To make it all worse, this broke out right before Chinese New Year's, the biggest holiday for Chinese people. Now while America gets their big blockbusters spread out over the summer, China gets theirs for the new year, and they are big. For example, the past few years we've had Wolf Warrior 2, Wandering Earth, each earn over $700 million worldwide, with a majority in China. So days before the release of the new movies, including the highly anticipated Detective Chinatown 3, the studios decided to pull their releases and wait until the situation around the virus was contained. This was worldwide, as well as studios like Warner Brothers, who bought the rights for, say, Detective Chinatown 3 for North America. It was also pulled. After this announcement, it was then also decided that all movie theaters in China would be closed temporarily to again help reduce the spread. So now nothing is playing in China. This has led to a move from studio Hwane Media, who has had their movie Lost in Russia, a sequel to their Lost in series. After these changes, the studio decided to release on their streaming service, and this was a shocking move, no doubt, that will earn some goodwill with customers. This would be equivalent to, say, a similar situation happening in America and Disney deciding to release, say, Maleficent 2 or Dumbo on Disney Plus immediately, instead of waiting for theaters to reopen. While a bold move, it has also continued the streaming and theater war seen in America, now in China, with some theater owners not happy with the move as they have been advertising for it, and will now most likely not see it released in theaters at all. Overall, this has been an interesting development for the Chinese box office, as its multi-year growth has suddenly halted for who knows how long. When there is any update about this situation, I will let you know. Looking at the upcoming weekend, we got 2 new wide releases, the rhythm section and a horror version of Hansel and Gretel with Gretel and Hansel. I expect these movies to play out a lot like The Gentleman and The Turning, with the rhythm section making more money, but still not enough to make it into first or second place. My predictions for the weekend top 5 are: in first place Bad Boys for Life, second place 1917, third place The Rhythm Section, fourth place Doolittle, and in fifth place The Gentleman. I think Gretel and Hansel will be very close, coming at 6th place. Now, I am not Gonna go with my usual ender for the podcast, as late into writing the script, there was more unfortunate news, and that was the tragic death of Kobe Bryant. The NBA legend died when a helicopter crashed into a mountain in Los Angeles. He died along with his daughter and 7 other people. My thoughts are with their families as they go through a very difficult time of processing what happened, grieving, and then trying to put the pieces back together and try to move on. That'll be it for Box Office Receipts. I'll see you next week.